Tropical rainforests are woodlands around the equator with a lot of vegetation that is evergreen. It is very warm and rain falls throughout the year. Although only 7% of the land surface are covered with rainforests, more than half of the world's plants and animal species live there. Rainforests are very important for human beings. Plants produce food and medicine, and we get industrial products out of some of them. Trees produce timber, help control the Earth's climate and supply us with fresh air. Despite these advantages, people cut down thousands of square kilometers of rainforest every year. Climate. Temperatures stay the same the whole year round, about 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Around the equator there are 2 rainy seasons with heavy rainfall, up to 10 meters. When you move away from the equator it gets a bit drier in some months, but there is still more than 2 meters of rain a year. The weather hardly changes from one day to the next. In the morning it is clear. The sun starts heating up the ground and warm, humid air starts to rise. In the afternoon clouds get blacker and there are thunderstorms for an hour or two before it starts to clear up again. Most of the rain stays in the rainforest. It evaporates, creates clouds and falls down again. Rainforest soils are not very fertile because the rain washes out most of the nutrients. Structure of the rainforest. Rainforests have 4 layers. 1. The top layer is the canopy. 1. It consists of the tallest trees of the rainforest. 1. They may get over 50 meters tall. 1. But only very few reach this height. 1. This is the part that gets most of the sunlight. 2. The subcanopy is a layer of trees that is below the canopy. 2. More than 70% of rainforest animals and plant species live in the canopy and subcanopy. 2. Lianas often climb around trees. 3. The understory is the shadowy lower area. 3. It has young trees and plants like ferns or palms that do not need much light. 3. Only 1 or 2% of the sunlight reaches the understory. 4. The floor has a thin layer of leaves, seeds or fruits and branches that fall from the trees. 4. It decomposes fast and new material takes its place. When large, tall trees die and fall to the ground, they leave a gap in the rainforest. Very quickly, smaller trees take this place and their crowns grow larger. That's why the layers of the rainforest always change. Plants and animals. About half of the world's plant species can be found in the rainforest. Because it is warm and rains the whole year, forests stay green. Trees lose their leaves and immediately grow new ones. The rainforest is the home of many plants, lianas, ferns, orchids and many kinds of tropical trees. Fish, reptiles, birds and insects also live in the rainforest and its rivers. Plants and animals need each other to survive. Insects pollinate the flowers of the rainforest. Animals get food from the flowers' nectar. Seeds from trees are often taken away by other animals and birds and dropped in faraway areas. Value of the rainforest. People benefit from the rainforest in many ways. Wood is the most important product of the rainforest. About 80% of it is used for energy and 20% is sold to make furniture. The forests produce other valuable goods like fruits, nuts, different kinds of oils and rubber. Scientists study the rainforest as an ecosystem. They learn a lot about how plants and animals live together. Tropical plants are used to cure diseases like malaria. Rainforests help to regulate our environment. Trees control the water that reaches the ground. They also take up a lot of rain. Much of this water evaporates and gets into the atmosphere again as vapor. Then it turns into rain and comes down to Earth. Without rainforests, floods and droughts would be very extreme. Rainforests also help our atmosphere from becoming too warm. People of the rainforest. Most of the world's rainforests are populated by indigenous people. These are people who have been living there for thousands of years. They depend on the rainforests for survival. Some people live in places that you can get to only by boat. Many people collect fruits, nuts and firewood. They hunt and fish for food to stay alive. They burn down small areas of rainforest and grow crops there. When the soil gets too bad, they go to other places and plant new crops. This method of farming is called shifting cultivation. Today, the living areas of these indigenous tribes are in danger, because other people have come here to chop down trees, raise cattle or mine gold and silver. Deforestation. People are destroying the world's rainforests at a very fast rate. One of the reasons is deforestation. More and more trees are cut down every year because the world's population needs more and more wood. People in the tropical rainforest need energy. They can't buy oil or gas because it's too expensive. Governments find valuable raw materials in these areas, like iron ore, gold or silver. Dams are built along tropical rivers. Big companies get land to grow meat and produce food. How we can save the rainforests. Many environmental organizations like the World Wildlife Fund are working to save rainforests all over the world. They help to create national parks or other protected areas. But this costs a lot of money and not all governments want to spend it. It is also important to tell the public how valuable rainforests are and what will happen if they are completely destroyed. Animals and plants of the rainforest. Palm tree. Palm trees grow in the hot and wet climate of the tropics. They give us food, drink and sometimes building material. Most palm trees are found in Southeast Asia, South America and on islands in the Pacific. There are over 2,000 kinds of palms. They grow straight and tall and most of them carry fruits, like the coconut, which can be up to 2 feet big. Rubber tree. Rubber is one of our most important raw materials. Natural rubber comes from the juice of the rubber tree. It grows best in hot climates. The tree can be about 20 meters tall. It has smooth, shiny leaves. A white, milky fluid comes out of the bark if you cut into it. This is called latex. Today, most rubber comes from plantations in Southeast Asia. Orchid. Wild orchids grow in places with a lot of rainfall. Most species grow on trunks or branches of trees. In cooler regions, orchids are grown in greenhouses. Most of them grow in a mixture of fascinating colors. Piranha. The piranha is a fish with sharp teeth that lives in the lakes and rivers of the Amazon Valley. It attacks and eats other fish and water animals. In some cases, it even attacks humans. Piranhas have flat bodies and can grow up to 30 centimeters long. Toucan. Toucans are typical birds of the tropical rainforests. They have big and long bills that are brightly colored, so that they can attract other birds. The largest toucans can get up to 65 centimeters long. Most of them live in hollow trees. Gorilla. Gorillas are the largest members of the ape family. They have huge shoulders, long arms and short legs. They may weigh up to 200 kilograms. Gorillas live in Africa near the equator. Although most of them live in the lowlands, there are some highland types. People have hunted gorillas for a long time. As a result, they have become very rare and only about 1,000 gorillas live in the wild today.